didn't see you there. I was reading a good book about the Munich Agreement in 1938. As I'm reading this, it kind of makes me think, we're kind of reliving that 1938 right now. The year before the Second World War has began. Because roughly 2 years ago, there was this Iran nuclear deal, an appeasement policy by the Western world to appease Iran so nuclear war would not be a thing. Well, a similar thing happened in 1938. France and Great Britain, Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain, he's like, hey, Germany, what are you doing? You annex Austria. You shouldn't do that, you're kind of scaring me. So then Neville Chamberlain and his buddy, Mr. France, they're like, oh, we got to go give him a good visit. We got to go to Munich. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about appeasing so there would be no war, so we could really live up to those League of Nations. So they arrive in Munich around September 20th, 1938. And then they're talking about, they're just talking about. Neville Chamberlain's like wetting himself over there. He's like, oh man, I really did not want Germany to start another World War. Because they remember the First World War. And that just was not a good war. So Neville Chamberlain's like, hey, I see you on the Czechoslovakia Sudetenland, You can have a bit of it as long as you don't attack anyone else. If you could just take Sudetenland, then we're fine. We're okay. So Adolf Hitler was like, okay, we're going to liberate our German boys in Czechoslovakia. So he takes large chunks of Czechoslovakia. So then, roughly a year later, Hitler's like, well, we can't just have Czechoslovakia. Yeah, screw this appeasement. He goes to war. He's going to liberate Poland at Danzig. So there he goes, invading Poland, taking Danzig back. And then Neville Chamberlain's like, oh, well, we might as well just screw Germany. We're going to start another World War. So then that's the beginning of World War II. We also must remember, Hitler wasn't as bad as a guy as we thought in 1938. Hitler did not promise to exterminate the entire Jewish population. You'll get where I'm saying once we talk about the Iran deal. Hitler was just a guy he was a very ambitious man. He was a man of the year. So now in 2015, you see Iran is doing some pretty crazy things. Like they're supporting ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boshishan, some other terrorist organizations. Hitler didn't do much supporting of terrorist organizations. He didn't really use any terror in 1938 and before. Iran also killed at least 1,000 Americans. Nazi Germany never killed any Americans before 1939. And then, so the Western powers go over to frickin' Iran and they're like, hey, we don't want you using your nukes, but you can still use them, but you're just going to slow down your production of them. This still allows Iran to use their nukes. So this is absolute bullcrap because, like, they can theoretically start a nuclear holocaust, and that's good when they start another world war. Like that could be World War III right there. The nuclear holocaust started by Iran. And Iran also promises to exterminate the Jewish state of Israel. My question is, why would Western powers allow a country with nuclear weapons to continue their nuclear production when they're promising to annihilate an entire country of people? So that's pretty much the similarities of the Munich Agreement of 1938 and then the Iran nuclear deal. It's an appeasement thing for Iran so they don't go to war. An alternative could have been to tighten sanctions with Iran and make them weaker, but Iran now is stronger than it's ever been before.